Yo guys, Gluten-Free EDC here. I'm Brian, your gluten-sensitive representative. Look at what we got in today. Pretty cool bolt action marker. This one I got in from Soulbuilt, so that's the maker. Here's their logo right there, pretty neat. So they reached out to me after seeing a video on the Click Shift. Really cool design pen. We're not going to talk too much about that though. There is a video on this one on my channel up already. If you care to see an awesome pen, it has been my favorite pen. Feel free to view that. But this one is about the Marksmith. That's the model name for this retractable bolt action marker. It uses a Sharpie refill, pretty neat. So I did get this one from the company, so I did not pay for this. This was really cool, but I do want that known so you know my bias up front. I want to put it out there. It's a fairly expensive product. You're getting a good amount for it, but this certainly is a luxury item. It's about a third of the cost of this one. This is a luxury item. So, you know, we're talking titanium, basically custom pens and markers. So this is definitely a luxury item. But if you're in the market for something like that, I don't think you can go wrong, and I plan on using this. I'm going to change it out so you can get cool stuff with it. So it will come with a permanent marker or highlighter, depending on which one you buy. It starts at $99. So you're $100 in off the rough titanium build. This, however, is a DLC coded variant. So for an additional $20, that brings you to $119. You get DLC coating. This also has the laser engraving they offer for an additional $15. Pretty neat. So that brings this one overall to $134. But it seems like it's going to last. It's really cool. There's some cool features about it. So right off the bat, the finishing. This is a matte finish that they provide. You can get it shiny or matte. I think the matte looks fantastic now that I have it in hand. I really, really dig it. I just think the finishing overall on this product is luxurious. So I think that's worth the price. You can see right here, you could barely see the seam in there. I believe it's coming through on the video. So that is actually where it unscrews. Pretty neat. Let's actuate. So if you look down here, you can see that it is closed off. This is using the retractable refill from an actual retractable Sharpie mechanism. I'll get into it in a second, but it's literally coming from here. So they cut open a retractable marker. I believe it just comes apart. You don't have to cut that part. So pretty cool. To actuate, you have this pocket clip. So the pocket clip, I actually responded to them via email. Please don't change your pocket clip. It's just simple and it works. So this one does actually not quite sit, so you can click it. It doesn't quite sit on the pen exactly. I like that, and I just like how simple it is. So I believe this has to be as long as it is, this portion, to really, they need a bit that long for the bolt to actuate as it does. So I think that's why that's as long as it is. I've seen that on other pens as well. But what I like is it's just simple, nothing really to it. The part that would contact is a small amount of surface area, so it's not going to be rough on your pockets. It should go in and out easy enough. I have pretty thick pants that I generally wear, Levi's, and yeah, in and out of pocket nice and easy. And the DLC coating's holding up nice so far. I haven't had this in pocket too much, but so far no scratching or wear and tear at all. And then another cool thing about the pocket clip, so it is pretty simple. You can remove it if you bend it out of place nice and easy. I've not done so, but there's the 2 screws right there to do so. It's using Torx screws, I believe, or Torx bits. Nice and simple. So something most EDC folks will have with your knives and all. But what I like a lot about this clip as well is the stepping here. So it looks aesthetically pleasing, but the reasoning for it, I believe, is to help provide an indexing point and grip when you push down. Nice, strong spring, not difficult in any means or capacity. And then you slide it over to the side. And then the marker actually comes out. And then to retract, just like any other bolt action, you're going to push it to the side and the spring takes over and brings it back up. So what's cool about this retractable is it is sealed. And you can see it lifts up and the marker can come out. Really, really simple design from Sharpie, and they incorporated that into this marker. Really cool. So as I showed before, there's the logo here. Really neat. I like their Soul Built logo. I think it's like a hammer and a wrench. And then obviously in the shape of a heart. Really cool. And then it has a little kind of secret. Not that it is secret, but it shows the model name. So this is the Marksmith. Pretty neat. Like that they put it in there so it's not really billboarding anything. If you don't get laser engraving, there's nothing on this aside from here in the closed position that you're going to see. I like that. It's just nice and subtle. Perfect. And having the model name there, I think, is a cool way to do that too. And you're only going to see that when you deploy the pen. So I'm going to dive into some other things that you can get. So super, super easy to refill. You unscrew the cap. Decent threading there, nice and tight. It does have the O-ring there for a better seal. And yeah, all you do is take it out. There's nothing to it. The way it works, you can see here, you push down. That's a bit hard. There we go. So you see how it like slides out of the way and then the marker comes out. Nice and simple. What they did was the actual refill is a bit longer, so they cut that so it can fit in the Marksmith. So you can actually just buy any Sharpie retractable marker and take the refill out. They're all the same. Marksmith offers a multi-pack for $15 where you get all of these colors, the blue, green, red, and black permanent markers, as well as a yellow highlighter. That is $15. So it's their sample refill pack. You can also get various single colors in a 2-pack, and that is $7 for those. So $3.50 essentially for each one. But you have to buy it in the 2, so $7 for that. And then they also have a highlighter specific pack that you could buy, which is 5 different highlighter colors. That's $11. Really, I think, a decent price for all of that. You can also get a pen refill insert. But before we get there, so say I want to convert to a highlighter, which is actually what I prefer for this. So you take this, you throw it in here. Actually, I'm sorry. You have to throw it into this first. So there are cutouts specific. You can see it on this side and on this side. That's going to align. So you do need to put this in a very specific format. And you can start off and then you can see it go down. So one more time. goes in, and there's a bit of wiggle room, but that's it. Put that in here, screw her on. Yeah, it just couldn't be simpler. It's that easy. And then bam, now I have a cool little highlighter. I really dig it. Like having a highlighter, that'll be cool. And one thing to note is they include a letter with the product, and it notes that there's some wiggle room. So when there's a little bit of up and down in the closed position with the retracted position, if you will. That is to allow zero pressure, to ensure there is zero pressure on the marker to deploy it, because they don't want that to open at all. If there was any bit of pressure, it might be opening it slightly, and then your marker is going to dry out. The idea is this should stay, like it should have as long of a life as a marker with a cap. It's a decent seal that they've put on there. That's from Sharpie themselves. So pretty cool. So yeah, and you have each of these that I got. This guy, the pen. I'm just gonna slice into this guy real quick. That was the GM11. I will have a video up on that for those of you interested. But seems simple enough. It takes a standard Parker ball pen refill. Super cool. Nice and simple. I believe you just put that there, and then you would throw this in. Now, I'm not going to 100% show the pen, only because I want to recommend a YouTube channel right now, Engineerable. I have no affiliation with them. They've done so many awesome videos on the Marksmith. I highly recommend checking them out if you want to get a little more into them. And you know what? I will put the refill in just to show how simple it is. And I've not actually viewed the instructions on this one. So just to show how simple it really is. That's what I assume you do. And now you could see the pen kind of filling out. And that's it. So you really don't even need instructions. That's how like intuitive this is. That's how simple this is. I'm not gonna lie, I was holding my breath a bit there, hoping that that was as simple as it was. And yeah, so pretty cool. So now you can have a pen. You can see the insert is like right there. And as I retract, that's going away. So super simple. And then you get a cool conversion to a pen. And again, if I didn't mention it before, the pen refill insert, so with the Parker, everything that comes here, that guy too, I believe it's just a spacer, that is $12. So you can get that as well. Pretty cool. I'm going to go back to the highlighter because I'm pretty sure that's what I'm going to want to use. And again, just showing like how simple it is. But yeah, if you want maybe a more detailed video, perfect. Go to Engineerable. I'll shoot a link. Again, I'm not affiliated with that YouTube channel, but they have great videos on the Marksmith that are worth checking out. So yeah, that's really it, guys. That's all I wanted to share. The people that I've been in touch with are Quadjo. I apologize if I'm mispronouncing your name. And then there's Daniel, who I believe is the owner of the company. So Quadjo has been awesome, super easy to communicate with. A big reason they reached out, so yes, they saw my video on the click shift, but also Daniel, I believe, is gluten-free. I'm sorry to hear it, buddy. But yeah, that's unfortunate to hear, yeah. But Yeah, you're in good company, man. I'm gluten-free. For those of you that don't know, I am not gluten-free by choice. I am a celiac. My father, my sister, her two sons, we're all gluten-free. I've got two daughters of my own. I don't think they're gluten-free. So that's awesome. It makes life a little more complicated, but really, thanks to it being a fad, has made it pretty easy. Yeah, so I know all about the problems, man, the woes that you've likely gone through. I don't know if you're celiac or just the allergy, and I don't mean to say just the allergy. Like, it is difficult for people with the allergy as well. For celiac, it's definitely, I mean, over time, it will likely cause colon cancer, and if you get it, I feel like I have the flu, have bathroom issues I'm not going to go into, but it's definitely more intense than I think some people know. The gluten-free thing, like the fad, has made it easier because now it's easier to come across gluten-free food. So, and a little bit more about, for those of you that are still on watching the video, a little bit about Soul Built. I thought it was interesting that they made this product, but I also saw they sell knives on their site. So I asked them a bit. They've been in the EDC space since about 2014. They actually did a collaboration with Bastion on a pen, and then subsequently made a fidget cube thereafter, soon after that, right? And then in 2018, they started making chef knives. These were fixed blade chef knives. And I say that because the original idea was they were going to create a folding EDC chef knife. I'm not sure how that would have played out, but they went with the fixed blade route instead. So pretty neat. And then before all of that, that was more when Quadjo joined in. Daniel, before that, was making camera equipment for photographers as far back as 2011. So he's always been making equipment. And yeah, I know like photography equipment, it's got to be fairly precise. And clearly that's translated well to the EDC space because they're making solid products based off of what I can see here with the Marksmith. So really, really cool to see how they're taking off. They've got some years under their belt, EDC, so that equates to about a decade now of being in the EDC space. So pretty impressive. Awesome product, guys. I'd recommend it for sure. If you have the money and you're into this type of thing, yeah, man, like you can't go wrong. Like, I'm going to enjoy using this. I'm not necessarily using a Sharpie too much. I immediately was like, ooh, a highlighter would be sweet. So having the highlighter, I think there was big for me personally. I do highlight a lot just with work, so that'll be really cool. I think it's just generally pretty nice. Like it's a luxury, but it's a nice one to have. I mean, I guess that's what a luxury is by definition. It's so smooth too. It's just well finished. I think it's really well finished, simply designed. Yeah, nothing really bad to say about this one. Again, the price, it's high. It's a luxury item, so you gotta want to be in that realm. Otherwise, you could get these guys for cheap, and just a retractable fine point Sharpie marker, like these exist. You can get these for a couple bucks, I'm pretty sure. So you have that option. It's not bolt action. It's not titanium. It's not easily refillable. One other thing I want to show, and I could just grab it out of this. Another refill option is this unscrew. I think you just pull it out. You can just go ahead and they sell the liquid to refill into there too. So I guess maybe better for the environment or something. I mean, you'd still be throwing out probably less waste that way. So in case that interests you. So you can refill it that way, or just buy other markers, or go to Soul Built, their website. They sell these where it's everything cut and everything's done for you. So yeah, there it is, guys. The Marksmith by Soul Built. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Take care.